lifestyle designers, this is Zach here with secretsoflongevity.com, and happy Halloween. You can see I'm dressed up. Not exactly sure what it is, whether it's a gypsy or a pirate or a gypsy pirate, somewhere in between. Anyways, the drink I'm going to make is maybe a little premature. I'm going to make a Halloween eggnog, if there is such a thing. I guess I'm pre-gained, so there is such a thing, but usually it's more of a Christmas drink, but I was really feeling like I wanted to make this. I just got some eggs from my brother who had been working on a farm way up north in Ontario, and I haven't seen the inside of them yet, but he says they're golden yellow. They're chickens that were raised on the farm he was working at, where they were running free and just eating whatever was in the grass, the way chickens were meant to be raised. And then I've also been consuming large amounts of organic Jersey cow raw milk. So we're going to start off the eggnog with a base of raw milk, of course, and this is going to be 3 cups, if I can see the measurement. I'm going to turn this around so I can see the cups versus whatever the other measurement was. I think it was milliliters or something. So that's just to there. And this is really high quality milk. I've never tasted anything quite so good before, and I'm very happy to have found someone in my area that can provide me with this. Next we'll put the eggs in. Just break the 2 eggs. And yeah, that's a really golden color. That's a beautiful egg. Some people, if you're buying eggs for them, I haven't seen this too often, but I've heard people talk about it, that they might brag about the fact that they only feed their chickens, vegetarian feed or something. And that's kind of a strange thing, because chickens aren't vegetarian animals. They eat a lot of grubs, a lot of things in the dirt, worms, bugs, and whatnot. And so, ideally, that's what they should be eating. We don't need to be too fussy about that. Next, we're going to put in some raw local honey. And although this is very liquidy honey, local honey, if it's fresh and raw, a lot of people say it has to be that sort of thicker state that you can only get out with a spoon. But when it's fresh, it actually is liquid, but it just crystallizes within maybe a month or so. But this is still really good. It hasn't crystallized yet. I've spoken to the farmer, so I know it's raw. Next, we're going to grate in a nutmeg nut. Probably about half of one if you're wanting to have a Halloween that was full of spooks and ghouls, you could say. You might want to use a whole nut if you catch my drift and know the properties of nutmeg. It's a generous amount of nutmeg. It's going to be very tasty. Then I'm going to use some liquid vanilla extract, and I prefer, in a drink that's not very thick, such as this one, to use the extract, or the liquid form, as opposed to the vanilla bean powder, because the liquid extract is going to mix in much smoother, whereas the bean powder kind of has flecks and flakes that kind of rise to the surface if it's too thin, the drink's too thin. If you have a thicker drink where you have, like, I don't know, chia seed and a whole bunch of ingredients that make it really thick, it'll be nicely blended through. But that's just my take on using vanilla in drinks, is you have those 2 options. Next, I'm going to use some kelp powder to add a bit of sodium and other minerals. And then we're going to use the Hyperion herbs that I just got from Brandon Gilbert, HyperionHerbs.com. You can check out a link below if you want to try either of these. I've got mucuna, and then the other one I'm going to add is Hallowe'en, and these are amazing herbs. I've been using them for quite a while now, in different forms, from Brandon's site as well as trying other ones. And I honestly have to say the mucuna from Brandon's site is top notch, and the Hallowe'en extract is great because it's a concentrated source of zinc, lecithin, and many other of these sort of jing building qualities that are very beneficial for recovery as well as maintenance of long-term overall health. We often get depleted in some of these things from long-term chronic bad habits, whether it's excessive ejaculation for males, excessive menstruation for females, overworking the body in any form without sufficient remineralization, or sufficient amount of time for recovery, not getting enough sleep, partying too hard. There's the Hallowe'en. And yeah, they're just phenomenal long-term daily usage things. So check out that link below again and sample some yourself. These are the half-pound bags, so I got a pound total, which is a great way to buy it, so you have lots to last you a long time. I think that's it from what we're going to add, although I just saw the last ingredient here. To make this more filling and more give me long-term sustained energy, I'm going to add a scoop of raw whey powder. So this is still another animal product, which goes along with the whole theme of this drink. Mixes in very nice. It's got a bit of stevia in there already, a bit of vanilla flavor. And before I add any more stevia, I'm going to blend this up and taste it, because it might already be at the level of sweetness that I want. And if it's not sweet enough, I'll add that in afterwards. So there we go. So there was something I did forget, and I'm going to add this in. It's not something I've been using lately, because actually there's two things in here I haven't been using lately. I'm just taking a break from them. One is the eggs. I just got these from my brother. I wanted to try them. I'm trying like a sattvic type diet, which is doesn't use eggs. It's sort of a yogic type spiritual enhancing mental focusing diet, which I can talk about in a future video. But the other thing I haven't been using lately is cacao powder, but I'm going to use this in this drink because it's Halloween and I want that as a special treat, and it tastes great in an eggnog drink. I'm going to add 2 big knife-fulls in there. And the other thing, which I cannot see here, where has the rum gone? So I don't have rum, even though I'm wearing a pirate outfit. I should be using that, provided the circumstance. However, I do have a tincture that was made out of vodka. So we're going to add the rest of that tincture in there. It's really dark and syrupy because I used Hallowe'en, Romania, eucommia bark, ginger, and cinnamon in that tincture. That's it. This lasted me a year. I made this I guess a year and a half ago. I started it. I soaked it for 6 months, and then it took me a year to finally get through all of it. And that was one amazing tincture. I've got a little bit of another tincture, but I got to start another tincture sometime soon. I'll probably do a video about that at some point in the future. But there it is. All the ingredients in one. We're going to zip it up again. So let's give this a whirl. It smells like eggnog. It's a little darker than eggnog. And that is a chocolate eggnog. Chocolate Halloween eggnog. That's delicious. So try this recipe out, try some of these ingredients out. You can check out the links below for anything I mentioned that I've got links to. On November 20th, I have an event coming up where I'm going to be teaching a workshop for 2.5 hours from 2 to 4:30. Like I said, it's a Saturday on November 20th. It's here in my home at 251 Water Street, Guelph, Ontario. If you're in the area, come out. It's there's an early bird pricing of $25. You can check out the link below to go to my events page on my website, but I also have the event page of the Facebook page if you want to say you're coming on there. And there's information on both those places as to the cost, where it is, etc. And yeah, it's $25. I was originally saying before, if you pay before November 1st, but I've extended it to November 3rd. So if you pay up until midnight on November 3rd, which is Wednesday night, this upcoming Wednesday, then you can get it for $25. After that, it's $30, and then if you're paying at the door, it's $35. And that's all just because I have to do the setup, get the amount of ingredients ready. I have to do some orders for different things. So it really helps me if you sign up ahead of time, and it helps you because you get to save a bit of cash. And it's going to be a great workshop. I've got a lot planned. We're going to do 2 different recipes. One's going to be an ice cream elixir. The other one, I haven't totally decided on it yet, but it's probably going to include roasted dandelion root, kind of do like a coffee thing like I did in a recipe not too long ago. And yeah, check it out, and hope to see you there, and embrace life without limits. And also, happy Halloween!